Hello everyone, and welcome to an exciting new series based around the Warrior Cats Sims 3 challenge. For those of you who don't know, the Warrior Cats is a series of books about clans of wild cats who live out their lives working together with specific roles and dreams, striving to improve their clan and to take care of the cats within it while still coping with the everyday struggles that wild animals face. We will be following several characteristics of the Warrior Cats books, but taking our own spin on things as we create a legacy of wild, adventurous felines who will set out on journeys and adventures that will create fantastic stories that we've yet to even dream of. Our story starts with Mossleaf, a young cat not quite past her apprenticeship who was separated from her family during a terrible winter storm. She was sick, injured, and near death when she was discovered by one of the most rare creatures of them all, a plant sim named Willow who happened to live in the forest Mossleaf wandered into. Willow's role as a plant sim usually dictated that she allowed nature to take its course, no matter how cruel, but she intervened for Mossleaf out of the kindness of her heart and her love for cats. Using her own magic and knowledge of plants, she was able to heal the young cat and bring her back from the brink of death. However, using her magic on Mossleaf changed the cat forever. And so here we are, you guys, and welcome to the official beginning of the Sims 3 Warriors Cats Legacy Challenge. And we are going to be playing very, very uniquely. There are a lot of Warrior Cats challenges out there, and I've looked over them all and decided that we are going to do kind of our own little spin on things, because I would really love to have our clan of cats. We are going to be making a custom clan, and we are going to begin with Mossleaf here. So as you guys know, she was found by that plant sim on the verge of death, and the plant sim had to use some of her magic in order to keep Mossleaf alive. And the thing is, after that happened, Mossleaf kind of took in a little bit of the plant sim's characteristics, a little bit of her touch of magic into herself, and that actually made it so that she has these green markings up here. You can see around her face right there, she's got green markings. She's got a little green marking on her side, and then over here somewhere blended in is another green marking on her other side, and that's just enough that it really worried her clan, and they didn't really want to have anything to do with her after that. It was just a little bit too strange. It was just a little bit, I have to take pictures of her because she's so pretty. Look at her. Ah, she's gorgeous. But it was just a little bit too much for her clan to be able to handle. So unfortunately, Mossleaf suddenly found herself on her own, but that's not too big a deal. She was a very young cat, practically just out of apprenticeship when she left her family, but she's a very independent cat, so we're not too worried about her. And normally in the Sims 3 Warrior Cats challenges, you delete the sim and you totally get rid of them. But I decided to make our lovely plant sim here because that can actually cause issues with your game if you have a household that's just animals and it doesn't have any sim in it. And then you can never have the animals die of old age, because if the animals die, and I think old age is the only thing they can die of, if one of them dies of old age, then the game recognizes that the animals are alone and they'll pull all of them. They'll come and they would take the whole clan and turn them into kitty pets, and that is not what we want. So Mossleaf is going to begin her own clan. She still has to learn how to hunt. She has absolutely no skills. She has no hunting skills right now. She's just happy. She's having a blast. She's got a great view. This is really a beautiful area. I spent hours working on it, even though it's very simple. It is absolutely gorgeous. And we are in the world of Meadow Dale, and you guys may recognize this gorgeous world from our 101 Dalmatians challenge. And our 101 Dalmatians are usually over here, but we are going to be playing the Warrior Cats in their own save of this world. But it is this world because it's gorgeous. It's got tons and tons of great views for the cats just to be able to enjoy. Beautiful waterfalls over here as well, so we can really send them around. And as time goes on and Mossleaf here has some children, then she might have some kids that want to go branch off. They might want to settle down. Maybe we can turn this into a forest, or this area into a forest somewhere over here. And then her kids might start their own clans elsewhere. We might start clans that are over down by the beach. There's actually like a lot of beach territory. There's even islands. If we could, it would be amazing to see if we could even have like island cats in the future. We could have a clan that tends to live live maybe over here. Like we could remove some of these places and we could have a clan of cats over there instead, or a clan of cats over by the dump. So there's lots of different places that we can put the various clans, but we're going to start at this, the obviously most gorgeous little spot up this dirt road. Very secluded. We like to pretend, even though there is a park right next to their home, we like to pretend that no one hardly ever comes up here. They never really bother them. They leave this area alone, and so they don't know that Willow, right here, Willow Forest, the plant sim, lives here. And she's going to live here very simply, and we are going to keep her around. We're not going to really focus on playing her very much at all, but we will kind of poke at her just a little bit. But we're going to keep her around so that way all of the clan cats are going to be safe and they won't get dragged off because the game's like, oh my gosh, these cats don't have an owner. So that way we can have literal generations. We can allow the cats that we have, like beautiful Mossleaf here, to go on, become elders, die of old age, and then enter Star Clan. So we could have them interacting with us as Star Clan members when they're ghosts, and it's going to be really fun because just like we do Wolf Quest, you guys, just like we do Wolf Quest, we are going to make it so you guys can vote on all sorts of adventures. So you can vote on like what the kittens should become, if they should become maybe a deputy, if they should become a medicine cat, if they should go and just become one of like the basic hunters, or if they should become like a queen, or if they should go branch off and have their own clan. You guys can vote on special challenges that we can give either to Willow, the plant sim, when we need to spice things up, or to the cats themselves. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I'm really excited about this. We're not going to really keep track of points per se. We're going to be telling a story, and we are going to be telling as interesting a story as possible. So already Mossleaf. Already Mossleaf is going to be the center of our story. I'm really excited. So you can see I love her green markings like I mentioned earlier. And she's just got a very nice personality. She is a hunter, so she is a wild cat. I gave that trait to her because she's born from a wild clan. And she is friendly because she does get along really well with Willow, but she would really run away from any sims that she might run into, any humans. And she's very independent, and I gave her that because she is going to be establishing her own clan. We're going to start with this one cat, and I have put several rogue cats out in the world, and I'm still making more and more rogue cats, and we will vote whether or not Mossleaf ends up just mating with the rogue cat and then having kittens and raising those kittens as part of the clan, or if she's going to bring the rogue cats into the clan and they can start a clan together. We're not even quite sure what this clan may be called, but let me give you a quick tour of their home area so you can get some ideas of what we could call this clan. I am leaning towards calling it like either the Leaf Clan or the maybe the Oak Clan or the Moss Clan, things like that, because they live in a beautiful forest area. It's just so pretty. Look at this. It's full of trees. It's full of trees. So I'm going to come on down and give you a quick tour. We've got some gorgeous trees over here. This is kind of more like an open area, an open territory that's going to have a lot of butterflies. There's a few turtles that hang out over next to the lake over here. There's the little bird. See, we have a little bird. In fact, we should send her over to watch this so she can work on gaining her hunting skill. Let's watch her for a second, and then we'll look a little bit closer. Maybe Root Clan even, because like tree roots. So we need to come up with just the right clan name. Look at this. This is so cute. She's got to figure out what to do with this. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. All right, let's wiggle down. I want to see this. I'm stuck in the plants. I'm stuck in the rhododendra. All right, where am I? There's so many plants. I may have added quite a few plants. Where's the cat? Oh, there's a bunch of fish. Ooh, look at that nice fish belly. Nice fish belly. Where is the cat? Oh, here is the oak tree. So here's the giant oak tree that the base of the clan territory is going to be at. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. And here is Mossleaf, and she is staring at this bluebird. And it is a very nice bluebird, and she's going to have to learn how to hunt eventually. So we need to keep watching it. And hopefully she will be able to gain her first hunting skill, because that is going to be a huge part of our challenge. She can only manage to get her hunger up by hunting for herself. After all, Willow, the plant sim, is kind of a creature of the wild, and she's actually watching around. She's off to watch a turtle that's nearby. So she's a creature of the wild. She's not really going to interfere with the way that nature might take its course. But Willow is pretty interesting. I'll tell you guys a little bit about her just so that you know about her, because she's an extra factor in our warrior challenge that we're going to be having. She loves the outdoors. She's a gatherer, eco-friendly, a cat person. So she normally, like I said, lets nature take its course, but she did kind of go out of her way to use a little bit of her magic and a little bit of her skills and her knowledge of herbs to bring Mossleaf back from the edge, because, you know, you want to do that every now and then. And she's also a green thumb, so I figure we'll let her spend a lot of time in her grove. She's not really going to spend a lot of time over in the cat areas. This area over to the left is Willow's grove, and this is where she's going to spend most of her time. Because she is a plant sim, she does not need to use the restroom. She does not need to eat. She just needs to keep her water need up. She needs to have some fun, a little bit of socialization, which she can do with the cats. She actually has the lifetime wish of being friends with at least 15 cats. And I'm going to kind of leave her hands off and focus mostly on the cats. But she just has to take care of her basic needs. So she's going to be a gardener over here. And I love the gardening, so that'll just be something fun for me to focus on too. And she'll be setting up her garden in this area. This is going to be Willow's little grove. We even have a willow tree over here so that she can enjoy that. And I figure as time goes on, one day she might end up having a plant sim child of her own. Then she can turn into a tree. Like that's what I always imagine plant sims in all of the games do when they become elders and they die, in quotation marks, is that they actually turn into trees. And so one day when Willow passes away in a way and turns into a tree, we might have her have a child who will be the plant sim to carry on just watching over the clan. And it'll kind of be this fun way of having the forest itself watch over this clan. So this is going to be really nice. This is going to be fun. Willow does not have a lot because I'm trying to make sure, absolutely sure, that we keep things very, very simple. Don't really put in too many things that would be super distracting and take away from the nature feel. So she has a sleeping bag to sleep in. She has a sketching pad just to have something nice to do. And then she's got a telescope, and I'm actually going to pretend that this is like some sort of weird crystal thing. You can see where I put the rocks around it to make it look like it's embedded into the rock. But that's just to look at the stars, just so she has some stuff to do while she's here on what is otherwise a completely empty lot. Oh, and I also gave her a little bee thing, a little beekeeping area. Look at this. So this is her little beekeeping spot, and I tried to make it look like an actual little beehive. So it's supposed to be wood and then like the beehive on top, and I actually really like that look. It was actually a ton of fun to do. And you can see there's tons of flowers all over the place. There's magnolias, there's the willow tree, you can see there's cherry blossoms, rhododendras. Oh my gosh, I mean, we've got hibiscus, we've got dandelions. I threw dandelions up randomly everywhere because that's what they do, is they pop up everywhere. You can see there's tons of flowers and plants over here because this is where Willow and her people have been taking care of nature for a very long time now. And you can see there's little clusters of flowers over here. Well, if you were to look at this, it's covered in spawners. We have butterfly spawners over here. We have seed spawners over in Willow's area. I'm going to say this is like her grandmother willow tree, and it leaves seeds around it every now and then that she can plant. And then we've got like tons of fish. We've got fish spawners over in the lake. Here is our gorgeous little lake. I have to admit, you guys, I am super duper proud of how everything turned out. So we might need to name this lake from the cat's point of view, name all of the places here from the cat's point of view. There's different types of fish in the water for different fish spawners of different varieties that hopefully the cats will be able to hunt from. And that's the little lake. And there's lots of little island channels that they can walk around. There's also scratching pads kind of scattered around the place. And I put them next to trees, and I tried to change the color of them so that they would kind of blend in and look like trees that the cats could climb. So you've got like the leaf texture on top, and then you've got the wood texture for the actual scratching post. So it's very easy to kind of squint and just pretend that they're climbing a tree. And that's kind of what I've done with the other things. I have a special scratching post, and if you guys have suggestions of like things to download for animal enrichment items or animal care items for Sims 3 that fit the theme better, please let me know, because it's really hard for me to find anything that's very naturalistic for the cats or the dogs. So I would really love to have access to more. And we've got this little scratching post right here, and it's actually like a little fiscus tree. And I actually made the pot that it's in look like a little rock, so it just looks like it's growing out of a rock. And we'll probably fill in some of these places with like grass and things so it looks a little bit better. But we also have this area. These are going to be like some of the dens that the cats sleep in, because we also have to have this kind of cat house in order to have the cats woohoo and have kittens. So that is for the kittens. And this is kind of like a little sleeping area surrounded by rocks and surrounded by bushes to sort of mark it apart from everything else. I think it's really nice. This is kind of, I made a little bit of an area where I'm hoping we can make this into like the fresh kill den, or the kill pile, or what did they call it? I think it's the fresh kill pile is more or less what they've called it in the books, for where the cats store all of the food so that they can eat the food that they catch. So that's going to come over here. And then over here is another little just itty bitty river pond stream thing with a couple tiny fish. I was trying to make a waterfall, but I'm not skilled enough to figure out how to do that. And I scattered around, and I still need to kind of cover them up under some bushes, some of these pet beds, because I wanted to pretend that they're just funky looking rocks that have moss growing on top of them that make for convenient little dens to hide in and maybe take a nap in if you're so inclined, if you're one of the cats. There's pretty little flowers scattered everywhere. Here's the dirt place where the cats can come and use the litter box, so that is tucked out of the way as well. I kind of like the idea that Willow might come over and gather that up now and then, just so that she can have some compost or just a little bit of fertilizer for her own garden. So that is the whole area that we've got. We've got an area for Willow, but most everything, like 80% of this lot, is just dedicated to our future clan of cats, and it's all going to start with little Mossleaf here. All right, so let's get going, you guys. Step number 1, just learn how to survive. And we are going to need to learn how to survive by watching the bird, and then by running over. I think we have one toy. Yeah, we've got 2 toys over here. So I'm going to drag this toy all the way over here, so it's by where we live, and I'll put it in front of here. But this is one of their pet toys, and it looks like a little rock, which is why I allowed her to keep it from the toy box. But we need to learn how to hunt. We don't have any hunting skills just yet, and that's really not going to help us very much. So let's go ahead and try to get the first hunting skill in today. I'm not sure if we can do that, but if we can't, then she's going to be a very hungry cat. And then the next thing we're going to work on is going around and trying to find one of the rogues and befriending one of the male rogues. And then we'll have to see how their friendships go. We might have to... Oh, look, she's practicing her hunting. That's so cute. Willow, what are you doing? No, don't tease her with it. Willow, go do something else. Here, this is why, like, I have a few things for Willow to keep herself busy with, so that she can kind of get out of the way. All right, let's have her come over. She can start practicing her sketching. All right, look at her. Yeah, there we go. All right, so watching the birds wasn't really helping with the hunting skill, but this is definitely helping. She's like, yeah, I'm going to get some delicious fish. And it's going to be really fun. So I haven't really seen anyone do the challenge the way that I really want to with all of our cats, where we have a medicine cat, and what the medicine cat catches on hunts is going to give them different abilities. That's going to channel special skills or special abilities that the medicine cat might be able to unlock for the entire clan. For example, just to point some things out really quickly, I know today is going to be the day where we kind of talk through all of these things, but if the medicine cat is able to like gather up enough of, say, a good combination of snake skins, maybe, I don't know, a turtle and some other things like 5 leaves, if they're able to gather up that kind of combination, then they could grant the Never Nauseous lifetime reward to a cat that had enough points for it. Or they could grant the fertility treatment, or they could grant maybe the alpha pet. In fact, alpha pet, I think, would be given to a cat that manages to get really high hunting skills. So maybe like reaches level 8 of the hunting skill or catches something super rare. And we can never have the bottomless pet food bowl, but you know, we might look into some things like the pet hydronator to make sure that the animals never have fleas. Like, they're gonna have fleas, really bad fleas. But if the medicine cat gathers up maybe enough leaves and maybe like a couple fish or something like that, we'll figure out the right ratio, or some insects, like some sweet smelling insects like butterflies or something like that. Then we could grab the pet hydronator and say that the medicine cat gave them a special mix and let them use it once, and then we can get rid of it after like using it for the whole clan and getting rid of the flea infestation. So we're going to come up with a lot of creative ways to really enjoy. And what is this? Learn hunting skill. Yeah, you're going to do it, Mossleaf. You're going to do it. We're going to come up with a lot of creative ways, not only to relax and bask in the absolutely, oh my gosh, look at all the butterflies. There's so many butterflies. Oh, this place is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. But we're going to find ways not only to bask in the beauty of our home, but also be able to occasionally go out and do some adventuring with the cats and have challenges that we have to face. So I'm not sure what those are going to be yet. This is very much a challenge that I'm designing as we play. But I'm so excited to share it with you guys. And I cannot wait to start making some friends for Mossleaf. Maybe some friends we can invite into the clan. I mean, what if the cats start fighting? We might just have to let them do that. All right. And look at that. Now she's ready to stalk for prey. Oh gosh, I wonder if we can come over here. And where'd that bird go? I wonder, are we going to be able to, let's see if we can have her catch this bird or not. All right, this is going to be kind of exciting. This is going to be Mossleaf's first hunt. Oh my gosh. How's it going to go, Mossleaf? But yeah, just as the Wolf Quest series seems super simple on the surface, don't you guys worry. We're going to come up with lots and lots of interesting stories. All right, Willow. All right, I need to stop calling you Willow. All right, Mossleaf. How's it going to be? Is this it? Are you going to manage? Oh, fleas! Did the bird just really give us fleas? Oh, here we go. Oh gosh. It's a tough one. Oh my goodness. Stop trying to play with that. Oh, something's happening. I see a feather. I see a feather on the ground. And what do we get? And she didn't catch the creature. She's already got the fleas, the mark of a wildcat, and she got a colorful feather. So there we go, you guys. That is the grand and glorious start to our clan right here. Little Mossleaf, healed from the brink of death by the plant sim, and now we are going to step back and we are going to see what her adventures are going to take her on, where they're going to go. We're going to subtly ignore more or less the plant sim in the background. So don't you guys worry about her. She's going to come over here and relax here. We won't be focusing on her too much, but she will be there to provide us a little bit of something extra to do. And as time and the adventures go on, we will be working with Mossleaf here to hopefully be able to have lots of fun challenges and really expand the clan, and maybe even down the line end up with multiple clans, end up with them fighting together, end up with storylines, end up with all sorts of special events going on, just like we managed for our Wolf Quest series. And I cannot wait to see your guys' creativity and your guys' inspiration really step up to the plate there. So I'm so excited, and thank you so much, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.